At this point, I'd really rather talk to my guests. Perez Hilton, king of celebrity news with millions of followers on X and Facebook and Instagram. He also hosts the Perez Hilton podcast. I'm also pleased to welcome trial attorney Anne Bremner, old friend of mine who, man, we go back, Anne. My goodness,
we go
it's good
way
to
back.
see your face.
Glad to be here.
So, Anne, I want you to jump in on the community service issue. I think a lot of us aren't so sure that it ever really gets done, that it's really, watched over, and that they really do click the timer box. When they don't, and I don't care if it's a celebrity or average Joe, when they don't complete this community service, how serious is that and how much is it monitored?
Well, you mean for Justin Timberlake or anybody else, the rest of us? I mean, the serious
Any
things,
of us, especially Timberlake.
Exactly. I mean, there's revocation on their probation or their terms of service, or in certain circumstances, you can go to jail if it's suspended sentence. So it is serious. If you come back in front of a judge, as you know, and you haven't completed your community service or paid your fine or things like that, you can be quote unquote revoked. And it's very serious.
What about the whole notion that this speech outside, we're just looking at it on the left-hand side of the screen, he never mentioned that he was sorry. I guess you can't force words into someone's mouth, but the judge sure tried to get him to force some kind of contrition outside.
It reminded me like of when you're growing up and your mom would say, tell him you're sorry, and mean it. And I was thinking of another singer out here in Seattle. Remember the song, What Else Should I Be? All Apologies. Speaking of someone in a cardigan. I mean, he doesn't say it like
Kurt. Oh, God bless you for invoking a 90s hero, Kurt Cobain.
From my town here in Seattle. But that was a great quote. He should be all apologies. It should have been all apologies. Everything was, don't do it. I've got a platform. You guys cover me all the time, etc. Me, and you shouldn't do it. And then he walks away. Thank you. That was it.
Okay, next question, then that is, would this have been different if he were an average Joe? For instance, we always hear about people getting DUIs and then getting an expensive lawyer and spending a year litigating and trying to get it, chopped down. Was this standard operating procedure out there in Sag Harbor, or do you think that he was treated specially?
Oh, I've been watching you on Perez on TikTok on this. You're doing a great job. But I think that, I don't think that this is what is standard operating procedure. I mean, for somebody, A, all the cameras, B, the judge comes in and says, I want to give more time than the prosecutor wanted to give. Remember, there was no community service. And it was a sweetheart deal. I mean, he's charged with driving while impaired. And basically, he only has to be affected by alcohol to have a DUI. And that evidence was all there. But yet it was reduced. And then it was brought in special treatment in a courtroom where all he's going to get initially is a fine. That's it. And an infraction.
I'll tell you what, all the naughty business aside, I still like the guy. I love his music. And Perez, I like his acting. I thought he was so good in The Social Network. Oh, I can't believe you said he was not a good actor. Perez Hilton and Anne Bremner, thank you both. And have a wonderful free weekend doing whatever you choose on Saturday and Sunday.
Thank you. And he's a good dancer.
Yes. Yeah, I can't stop that feeling. You're right. All right. And Anne, we'll have you back. Perez, we'll have you back as well. It's good to see you again, Anne.
You too.
Nice to see you.